Alright guys, hey, Cindy with C. Butler Planting here. Wanted to give you a little peek at my hydroponics garden. It used to be much bigger, but actually it got very daunting for me because I couldn't keep up with the amount of produce that was coming out of it. So I built this myself. I'll be happy to give anybody tips. I am lucky enough to have a very good friend of mine here in the city I live in that owns a fencing company. And I convinced her if I paid for a night out, her and her husband would give me the fence posts that had been oopsed. Didn't fit, wasn't quite right. Anyway, you get the idea. There's a couple of holes that shouldn't be there, but that's okay. The point of the whole thing is sealing off the ends and being able to hook up a simple PVC system, and that's pretty much it. So what I want to show you today is I have the okra going. Fine Southern woman, I gotta have my okra. I love my okra in the air fryer. Tastes like popcorn if you don't put cornmeal on it. So I've already fed all my plants for today. I don't get paid by it, but I use Blue Planet nutrients. I just found they're really good. They're organic. They're certified organic. So they have a bloom, a grow, and a micro. And in another video, I'll probably get into that a little bit more. But right now, I'm going to be a little barbaric in the garden and show you how I prepare my plants to put in the hydroponic garden. Alright, so a lot of people have all kinds of videos about this. You're supposed to be pure and clean and sterile and yada yada yada. I've been doing hydroponics for about 10 years now, and you just can't overthink it. There's just no reason to overthink it. This is just a red bell pepper I bought from my local nursery. I like to use local and not the big box stores, because this would have cost me $4.98 and I paid $1.50 for it. So it's just a red bell pepper, full sun. Start getting peppers in about 60 to 80 days. We are in 10A, so I garden year round. We do not get any kind of frost, so we have 3 days of winter, and that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do, all you do is pull off the little container here. I'm going to reuse this, and what you want to do is just start playing with the bottom of the roots. And we're going to dip it in our water. Now I'm going to use this water as a compost tea. And everybody's like, oh, be so gentle, da 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 da. You don't have to do that. I need to get this off of here as fast as I can, just for purposes of this video. I normally would have the water hose going and ready to spray the rest of this off. But when a seed comes out in a pepper plant, it basically does a little mustache, is what I call it. Looks like a little mustache. Seeds to the left, roots to the left, roots to the right. You can see some vermiculite in here. That's the shiny little mica stuff. Pieces of wood. All that needs to come out as best you can. Would I turn the water hose full blast on this? No, because then you're gonna mess up these little hair roots right here. So I just pick out the best I can. And honestly, this thing runs 24/7. Any sediment is going to go in the holding tank that's underneath all this, which is actually just a tote from the big orange box store. But yeah, you just give it just a little shake, give it a little bath. We're going to take in scissors, we're going to take off these first leaves. Those are the first ones that come out when it sprouts up. And then a lot of people say clip this top off. You can do that. It's going to give you a lot more fruit, but they're going to be smaller. And since I have a bunch of plants already, I'd rather have bigger fruits and less of them, because that's going to inhibit my growth about 2 weeks. And it's hot as the devil's neck rolls, but I really want to get the most of this growing season because peppers love heat. So we're going to take that. We're going to take our little cup. Everybody's like, oh, you have to be so careful and all this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I do. I take a regular cup. These are just netty cups. I cut all but about 3 or 4 of the little nodes that are on the bottom. You open that up. You turn this upside down, stick it right through. Now you don't have to be a wrestler to do this. Just bring it through. Just bring it through like that. And then what we're going to do is, this is a little flap and it's got little fingers on it. So I'm just going to close that back up. That's going to hold the roots in place. And now we have our plant in the cup. These are little clay pods. You don't have to use these. Some people use noodles. That's fine. I reuse these. I take them, I sterilize them, wash them, reuse them. I thought in the beginning when I did aquaponics and hydroponics that I had to have this. I had to have these little clay pellets that come from Germany, and they're all the rage in hydroponics. You could do just as well with a Dixie cup, turn it upside down. As long as you're holding the plant and the roots are in the system, which is running in here. This is all kinds of running nutrient water. You just take it, you plop it in, it's a done deal. Now I have 3 more of these to do. I won't bore you with the details, but that's a real quick way that I do my hydroponics. I'll keep an eye on this and I'll let you know how it's going in my next video. Okay, so there is one thing that I forgot to tell you, and it's actually pretty big. So when you take this out of here, and I told you to start the bottom like this, start taking the roots, the soil off the roots. We're gonna get it to where the mustache is. What I forgot to tell you is, while you're shaking the poo out of this, you want to hold this right where the stem and the roots start. Just get a firm grip on it, and then you're not going to snap this part off. It helps you clean out the little mustache like that. So hold it right there. Don't hold it up here unless you're just dipping, but hold it right there and you'll be just fine. Take it, put it in the cup, open the flap, pull it through, close the flap, get your netty cup, clay balls, put them in there, or your pool noodles if that's what you choose to do. And there you go, goes right in. This is what it looks like when you're finished. Sorry I missed that in the shot, but here at C. Butler Planting, we're just having fun. There's no reason to get uptight about all your gardening. It's all good. I hope you have a blessed evening. So I told you, you were gonna see Butler Planting. You see how red my face is? It's 7 o'clock at night. It's hot as Hades here. So I just hope you enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe. Have a good evening.